I'm Natan. In This Week in Life, our country lost one of its most legendary and iconic Supreme Court judges. Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away on Friday of this week at the age of 87. Throughout her life, Bader Ginsburg fought many important legal battles to help level the playing field for all people, especially in regards to gender inequalities and stereotypical standards. She served on the Supreme Court for 27 years, serving alongside another of America's legendary Supreme Court judges, Thurgood Marshall. Since RBG's death due to metastatic cancer, Democratic fundraising organizations such as Act Blue have raised over $30 million to go towards Democratic candidates and causes. Before passing, Ginsburg dictated to her granddaughter that, quote, "My most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced until a new president is installed." Nevertheless, the political battle over who will replace Ginsburg and when still rages on. Donald Trump has made many statements praising RBG, but he has also stated that the GOP should vote to replace her as soon as possible. This push for a replacement before the election not only contradicts the words of Ginsburg herself, but has also met backlash from other important people. Even some Republican senators, such as Susan Collins, have said that they won't vote for a replacement until after the election. However, other senators, such as Tom Tillis, have stated that they will support the decision of the president, whatever that may be. The upcoming Senate vote will decide how to replace one of the greatest civil rights activists in Supreme Court history. Now on to This Week in Life in History. On September 14th, 1814, Francis Scott Key wrote The Star-Spangled Banner. On September 15th, 1978, Muhammad Ali won the World Heavyweight Championship. On September 16th, 1932, Mahatma Gandhi started a 6-day fast to protest caste separation in India. On September 17th, 1862, the bloodiest one-day battle of the Civil War, the Battle of Antietam, was fought on the Antietam Creek in Maryland. On September 18th, 1793, George Washington laid the cornerstone of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. On September 19th, 1957, the first ever underground nuclear bomb test was done in Nevada. And on September 20th, 1973, Billie Jean King beat Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes. That's all for now, so let's head over to Alexander with This Week in Tech.
Thanks, Natan. This Week in Tech, I got a new haircut. Do you like it? Eh? But that's not what you came here for. You came here for the tech news. Today we're talking about NVIDIA buying ARM, the Apple announcement event, and some PS5 news. First up, NVIDIA finally bought ARM from SoftBank for $40 billion. If you don't remember from last time when I mentioned to you what ARM was, which was a while ago, I understand if you forgot, it's the CPU microarchitecture that powers most of your phones. They bought ARM to enhance their innovation in the AI space, and that appears to be the main reason. Before the transaction can take place, NVIDIA still has to go through all of the antitrust and legal regulations so they can safely acquire ARM. Next up, Apple unveiled the new Apple Watch 6, the Apple Watch SE, and the 8th Gen iPad Pro. The Apple Watch is their new flagship watch that does a crap ton of things that most people won't care about. On a less editorial note, the watch has a heart rate monitor, sleep tracker, blood oxygen monitor, and a ton of new health sensors. The Apple Watch SE is just a cheaper smartwatch that has less features. The iPad Pro has the new A14 processor chip that is rumored to be the same chip that will go into the iPhone 12. Other than that, it seems to be the same thing as the previous gen iPad, except with some hardware improvements. Also, technically this is a separate subject, but since we're already talking Apple, I guess I'll talk about the iOS update. iOS 14, it brings basically all the features that Android already had, except a little worse in some ways and a little better in some ways. In addition to that, it's got many security changes and improvements that I will not go into because I gotta keep this section concise. Finally, the PS5 was announced along with its launch date. The regular PS5 is coming in at $500, and the PS5 Digital Edition is coming at $400, except without the optical disc drive. It's kind of insane that they can sell what is essentially the exact same console, except without the disc drive, for $100 less. Of course, they can't actually sell it for $400 on a profit, so they sell it at a loss and gain money from the other games and services sold with it. Similar to the strategy of the Xbox S. Both consoles will be available November 12th in the US, Japan, Mexico, Canada, New Zealand, South Korea, and will be available to the rest of the world on November 19th. Anyway, that's all for today. Stay safe, stay awesome, and as always, stay smart. Over to Noah with This Week in Sports.
Well, in This Week in Sports, this part where I bring you what sports have to offer throughout the course of this week. Right, let's get into it. Our first story is from the MLB. With 8 games left in the season, we have no wild card spots locked in yet in the AL. But we could have a team seal their way to the playoffs tonight. If the New York Yankees win and the Seattle Mariners lose, the New York Yankees have sealed up the first AL wild card spot. And there's another fight for the wild card spot, for the final wild card spot, the 6th one. It is between the Baltimore Orioles and the Seattle Mariners. Right now, the Seattle Mariners have a half-game lead over the Baltimore Orioles for that final playoff spot. We'll see what happens next week. Our next story is from the NBA, where the conference finals are taking place. Here are my predictions for the NBA Finals and the winner of the NBA Finals. From the East, I'm going to take the Miami Heat in 5 games. I think Boston, yes, they won last night, but still, I think Miami's going to come out on top here and just very much beat Boston because I just see Miami just has the depth and the skill to beat Boston. And from the West, I have the Lakers. No, I'm just going to say it. The Nuggets look very good, but they've been very tired from having multiple 7-game series from every single series that they played. They've come down from 3-1 multiple times. Sure, I might be wrong, and the Nuggets are the one that go and prove me wrong, but right now I'm still going to take the Los Angeles Lakers. And finally, the Big Ten is back with a condensed 8-game schedule and a 9th game where the winner of the Big Ten East plays the winner of the Big Ten West in the Big Ten Championship. The second place team plays the second place team from each side. Third place team from the East plays third place from the West. You get the gist. Well, and here's the schedule for the Big Ten. Thank you for watching This Week in Sports. That's all we have.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of This Week in Life. Big shout out goes to Alexander with This Week in Tech, Noah with This Week in Sports, and of course me with This Week in Life. If you like the episode, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, comment your favorite part of this episode down in the comment section below. There should be a playlist of the rest of the episodes if you want to check those out. And yeah, that's all for now. So we will see you